Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and Dublin was on fire. It's no longer on fire, but it's on fire. And you can see this post by Lord Bebo of one of the scenes from downtown Dublin. And so the what happened is actually there was this stabbing incident outside of a primary school, or yeah, it's a primary school. Is the I can't pronounce this, man. Galscoil Colaiste Merhol Primary School. I'm definitely have butchered it. I can't speak Irish. So anyway, there was this stabbing incident. So there was one guy, this one adult male, that went on to attack children, and so apparently one of these children was a girl that sustained serious injury. Two other children were injured and also were sent to the hospital. An adult male and an adult female was also injured. The adult female apparently is a teacher, an education worker in her 30s. That was hailed hero as she tried to tackle down this assailant. So according to the police, the Irish police, which is also known as the as what is the name of this? Garda Síochána. So this is an Irish name for the police. So they announced that this attacker is in his 50s, and apparently he's of Algerian nationality. However, this guy is however an Irish citizen. He has been naturalized and has been living in Ireland for 20 years. So this is definitely not those kind of like illegal immigrant thingy. But from what I've observed from Twitter, there is some outrage about immigrants from this incident because of the the former the ethnic the makeup of this guy, and not sure if this will cause further implications for Ireland's internal politics, as Ireland or the Irish people had been very vocal against immigrants or illegal immigrants or whatnot. And so this might be a trigger to boil over to further issues within Ireland. So eyewitness actually saw the attack where this assailant have a large knife. So apparently it has been seized by the member of the public, and thrown into the grass. So then he was injured. Probably it was written to be self-inflicted, but probably he was hit by some of the member of the public for sure. And then the entire area was cordoned off by the police, and then it becomes a very serious issue. A lot of fire engines, ambulances, like some very very big thing. So this is just one stabbing incident. It does shock the entire Ireland. All the parents become very worried and everything. But weird thing happened. So before I go to the weird thing, is the Garda Síochána, basically the Irish police say that this guy is male in the 50s and person of interest to the Garda Síochána in this investigation, but they are not looking for any other person at this time, and they are satisfied that there is no terror-related activities. So the Irish police do not classify this as terrorism. So they're still trying to find the reason why there was this standalone attack, and they want to emphasize that this is a standalone thing and it has no connection to wider issues that ongoing within the country, the city. So they're trying to identify the exact reasons, and so probably they are also trying to say that there's nothing to do with whatever is happening geopolitically or within the Middle East. So they just ask people not to jump to conclusions, so which is a good advice. And so what further thing is that then weird thing happened. This incident then triggered some kind of riot to happen around the region where the police actually cordoned off. So at the scene of the Parnell Square, which is where the stabbing was happened, and then the cordoning off by the police happened, angry mobs descended on the area, and then fireworks and bottles has been thrown at the officers. Suddenly, a riot break out. A bus and a carriage of the Luas. Luas is their tram system, a tram service of Dublin, has been burnt, and then so a public order unit was deployed. So the public order unit is basically the riot control unit, and you can see that the people involved is not is also not an immigrant thing. You can see these people, these are white people, these are Irish. So this is just important to note before you jump to conclusions. And then they started fighting, you know, between the rioters and the police, and the commissioner say that this is disgraceful activities of mobs, and they say that these agitators or the rioters are lunatic hooligan factions driven by far right ideology, which you can also call them Nazis. No, that's because that's also, you know, what Nazis are. You know, crazy far right ideological people. So, but not sure. Like, no, they didn't show Nazi signs. So I'm just, you know, cracking a joke, which is not that funny. So the Minister of Justice Helen McEntry also denounced the thuggish and manipulative elements trying to sow discord. So this is probably referring to, you know, the announcement that this guy is Algerian, the attacker was Algerian, and, you know, the far right, because if they are far right and they are racist, probably Nazi or neo-Nazis, then they are very racist. Then they are most likely is trying to stir up problems, you know, against immigrants and whatnot. Which is why, you know, earlier in the video I mentioned that this probably something may trigger and cause some further problems with, you know, immigrant problems within Ireland. So the thuggish and manipulative elements must not be allowed to use appalling tragedy to wreak havoc. So the riot ultimately break out and very quite serious in a way. A police car was put on fire, a tram was put on fire, a bus was put on fire, another car was put on fire, and then they were fighting. So 400 officers has been deployed. But no officers of the member of the public was seriously injured. But there was rumors when I saw on Twitter that the military was deployed. A video of military vehicles being sent towards a certain place, and then there was also no armored vehicles being seen on the streets. However, this was dismissed. These are not real. Apparently, these are actually military exercises, images from a military exercise from previous times, and people are using it, you know, as, you know, fake news or fake information to trigger more, you know, hype or worries or problems on this issue, or try to blow up this issue. Which is also the reason why I went to look into these things, because, you know, I thought, how the hell is there, you know, such a big riot to the point where you need to deploy the army? Which is why I've gone into this, and apparently this is fake news. The army was not deployed. So, however, the riot was bad. Rioters raided departmental store, the Arnold's, and then they looted a Foot Locker store, which is a sports shoe store, a designer sports shoe, and then they also threw bottles at the Gadai, which is the guards. The meaning of Gadai is the guards, or basically policemen, and some of them carry metal bars, smash shop windows, and then there are also, you know, people who, you know, try to move from street to street whilst the riot police try to condor them. So there are also gangs dancing on the police car, you know. Then so there are no situations, and all this rioting caused shops to close early, but it doesn't stop them from getting looted. So, and there are helicopters also deployed to monitor the situation. So it was pretty serious. I think this is a very, very serious rioting incident, and which is also why, you know, some of this maybe anti-West or, you know, elements on Twitter try to hype it up into something, you know, bigger than what it is, because, you know, things was developing and nobody know what's happening, you know. So any people will believe anything, you know, when they publish them and say, wow, armored vehicles was deployed. So anyway, the riot eventually was subsided, according to the Garda in Dublin. The police in Dublin, they say that the situation have returned back to normal, but the 400 members of the police force is still on patrol. So they did make arrests, unspecified numbers. It was not mentioned how many was arrested, but they say there was no serious injuries. So everything is calm and returned back to normal according to McMenamin. So there's the chief superintendent, Patrick McMenamin. So he emphasized the violence has nothing to do with the serious assault occurred in the afternoon. This is pure thuggery. So this is the situation within Dublin in Ireland. I just want to highlight this situation within this area here. Hopefully it brings you some clarity into what actually happened in this area here. I'm not sure if I actually accidentally cut off the words to the top. So I just go through the sources again. So 5 in hospital after serious injury. The man was arrested for mass stabbing outside the Dublin primary school. Then the Garda Síochána do not classify case as terrorism. Garda under attack from mobs after the stabbing incident in Dublin, and then the riot broke out, and then the riot subsided. So anyway, thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next update.